What it do? Welcome to the J-Boy Sports Podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe if you appreciate the content. And if you don't love it, you could still do those things because you could always help a brother out. And I would definitely help you out. Make sure that you comment in the comment section because I love to have conversations with people and talk about basketball. I will definitely reply. And lastly, make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our great content. This is a story that's been going on for a long time. And if you're a Laker fan like me, a real, true, die-hard Laker fan, right? And even if you are, maybe you're not exactly like me, but a lot of people in the fan base have been divided if you are a Laker fan. Excuse me. And there are those of us that like the Lakers still, right? But we're having a hard time supporting the team for various reasons. And to be honest with you, the number one reason is LeBron James. I know some people are going to hate this. They don't want to listen to it. They're going to call me a hater. They're going to say negative things about me. That's fine. I'm willing to take that criticism. If you can take the praise, you can take the criticism. So if you feel the need, do what you got to do. But I'm going to make sure that this message gets out there because I've been screaming this from the high heavens for the longest time. LeBron James is not a Laker. He never was a Laker. He never will be a Laker. Nobody ever wanted him on the Lakers. Okay? I'm sorry. That just is what it is. There are Laker fans right now that will pretend that they still like the Lakers and really support the Lakers and say, oh, you know, we still want our team to win. Fine. If that's the way you feel, you can feel that way. But deep down in your soul and in your heart, you're tired of LeBron James. And honestly, you were tired the moment he put on our uniform for the first time. But you've been trying to be a good person, or maybe you're somebody that doesn't think too hard about it, or maybe you don't take it too seriously. But those of us that really do, we never wanted this man in the first place. And it's very hard to root for the Lakers with him still on the team. There's a lot of reasons for this, all right? But let me just give you a few off the top of my head. Number one, Kobe Bryant, for many Laker fans, is the best basketball player that they've ever seen. There are other people that feel that way that are not Laker fans, but for most Laker fans, Kobe is the best basketball player you've ever seen. It was easy to root for him because he worked hard every day, and he didn't make excuses. He was the hardest worker in the league. He didn't make excuses. He's one of the most skilled players you've ever seen, if not the most skilled. And he was definitely the most skilled player at the time when he was playing. Couldn't touch him. There was nothing Kobe Bryant couldn't do when he put his mind to it. And we love that. Won 5 rings, all on the backs of Laker players, including Kobe Bryant, who was on each one of those 5-ring teams. That did not make excuses. That didn't give a dang. He was going to find a way to win. And you don't see that all the time. So he was special. And his Mamba mentality echoed through the arena. It echoed through basketball. And definitely it was in the hearts of all Laker fans. And then LeBron wants to come to LA. He's not homegrown. We didn't watch him from a kid in 1996 go through the trials and tribulations, through a very difficult court case, the ups and downs of still holding on to his family and not losing that, fighting to win championships, scratching, clawing, being obsessed with it, trying to be the greatest, being denied of players like Chris Paul that could have helped, preserve Kobe Bryant's career a little bit more. All of that, we were with him. 60 points in the final closing game. We were with him. Kobe wasn't perfect. Not at all, but that was our guy. And he showed us what it meant to be a real champion. Then you throw in LeBron James, that nobody asked for. What does he do as soon as he gets there? Plays the season, has the Lakers in pretty good position, gets hurt for a little bit, I think 18 games. Tells us he's going to activate playoff mode, comes back and loses to all the worst teams in the league. After that, he gets all the players traded for Anthony Davis. And I've grown to have some level of respect for AD, but he's a grown man who is one of the most talented players we've ever seen, who instead of leading his own team to greatness, ran over to our team to not be a homegrown player and helped LeBron James win a championship. LeBron, mind you, should be counting his lucky stars that AD did come over here when he did, because otherwise he would have never won a championship. Not that quickly, and I don't think ever in Los Angeles. Gets AD, trades away all our young talent. A lot of people that are diehard Laker fans were upset about that. I was mad. I was not happy. Trade away the young talent. They win a bubble ring. fine, gotcha. You know? But ultimately, this has not felt like what Kobe brought to this team. The excuses, the quitting, the not playing defense, the not closing fourth quarters, losing to the same teams over and over and over again when you're supposed to be one of the best players in the world. We got Russ. You made Russ a scapegoat. You've made AD a scapegoat. Austin Reeves is a scapegoat. Darvin Ham was a scapegoat. Frank Vogel was a scapegoat. It's everybody but you all the time. And that's not how Kobe Bryant operated. Kobe didn't make excuses. He didn't throw his teammates under the bus. Right? But now I'm supposed to change every bit and piece of who I was as a Laker fan to support LeBron James. I'm supposed to be okay with the little, crappy antics that he does. The little, it's just basketball. When did Kobe say that? The media hated Kobe. They love LeBron. But nobody holds LeBron accountable for the losing. As a Laker fan, that's not good enough for me. Watching you lose over and over again when you have a really good team is not good enough for me as a Laker fan. Now, LeBron James fans, yeah, of course it's good enough for them. He loses a lot. He always loses. So for them, it's like, he just lost. No big deal. Everybody loses. No, everybody doesn't lose. And while that is true on surface level, that's not what Laker fans have come to want. We won this little in-season tournament, and people are popping champagne and popping bottles, and LeBron's having a good old time. What is that? Kobe Bryant said it clearly in a video that any of you can Google. He said, with the Lakers, the pressure is always there to win a championship. We don't hang conference championship banners. We win, and we hang championship banners. So now I'm supposed to change from that mentality to whatever this is that LeBron James has. Every offseason, not sure if I'm going to retire, not sure if I'm going to leave. And please leave. That's how I feel. But you know what? This little series that we're going to do here, the first person we're going to start off with is Mase. And it is not just me that feels this way. And a lot of people like to take shots at us, right? A lot of people like to look at the Lakers and say, oh, their fans are ungrateful. The ones of us that just don't rock with LeBron and whatever he's trying to push over in Lakerland. But you know what? We recognize greatness. We've already seen it. So if you come in behind it and you try to fake it, we already sniffed that out. We don't want it. You can keep it. Let's listen to what Mase has to say about being a Laker fan, but not being a Laker fan right now.
When LeBron leaves, I'll be back a Laker fan. That's why I'm wearing purple. I'm just letting y'all know. When he leaves, I'll be back a Laker fan. Not because I don't like him. I just don't like people trying to act like they with us and they ain't with us. I've been through that before, It's sensitive to me. Next question.
Yo, anyway, man, Laker fan last week, 2 weeks ago, was a Laker fan. He'll be back. Anyway.
I'll be back when LeBron leaves, Cam. I have the right to change my mind. What? You change your mind.
I don't change my team, though. My team has been the Spurs. So I'm not changing my mind on who my team is. My team hasn't been good for a long time. Anyway, we're in the post-LeBron era, but do I think LeBron is over with? Hell no. LeBron had 40 a couple times this season. LeBron is nowhere near over with. And so you guys are right. He's not playing in the second round of the playoffs. But what you want him to do? Don't got no center. If don't got other to contribute. If AD is always hurt and he's not available, if Luka's not in shape and he's moving slow, Who else do you really got if Austin Reeves is not being consistent?
And so that's Mase and Cameron on the Is What It Is podcast. One of my favorite podcasts to listen to. They talk about some good stuff, and they have a nice outlook on how they look at it. And Mase just put it very eloquently. One of the things that bothers him is you're being lumped in with a bunch of people that ain't really with you. And that's what it's like to be with LeBron James and his cult followers, man. I'm sorry. They talk about liking the Lakers. I've seen so many people nowadays who I never heard say anything about the Lakers. Oh, yeah, we got to get a center. We got to do this. We got to do that. No, we don't. Who's we? Get the heck out of here, man. There's no we here. There's no we. If Mamba mentality is not a part of your mentality, there is no we. If you're first, look at Cam. I like Cam, but all of a sudden, here come all the excuses. When were Laker fans about making excuses? At what point did we think Kobe Bryant, when living and breathing and above ground, what point did we think we could talk to Kobe about making all these excuses and he was going to be like, yeah, you know what? You're right. I should work a little less hard because it ain't my fault. Get the heck out of here, man. That's not a Laker fan. Laker fans don't make excuses. Cam's talking about they don't have a center. Sometimes Austin Reeves plays good, and sometimes sometimes Luka's out of shape, and everybody else but LeBron. No, that's not how this works, man. When Kobe was alive and healthy, and even when he wasn't playing, there's no way you go to Kobe and you start blaming all these other teammates who are good, by the way, and he's going to sit there and be like, yeah, it's their fault. No, it's his fault. He's the leader. Sasha Vujacic, Jordan Farmar, Lamar Odom, all those guys from our championship team, Pau Gasol, all they do is talk about how Kobe drove a tight ship and you were either on board or you weren't. And if you weren't, you're out of here. No passive-aggressive behavior. I'm in your face. What are you going to do? I can't have you slipping and not being in shape or getting hurt for no reason or whatever the case may be. We need to beat the Celtics. Those boys over there don't give a dang. So I need you to give one. That was Mamba mentality. That was Laker Nation. And it wasn't just Kobe. That's Robert Horry. That's Rick Fox. That was Shaq. Brian Shaw. Derek Fisher. These guys were the heart and soul of our team. They knew what it meant to be a Laker. Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, James Worthy, Coop. These people knew what it meant to be a Laker and the energy and the drive and the passion that you needed to have. And they weren't looking to blame their teammates, or they didn't have a media company behind them creating stupid false narratives and propaganda to raise them up and lower other people down and blame everyone else. I remember watching the Lakers struggle, and I believe it was the 12 season. They blocked the CP3 trade, but they did allow us to trade Bynum for Howard, even though Howard had severe back problems at the time. Nash was older than dirt. He was on his way out, always hurt. And we still had Powell, we still had Kobe, we still had Metta World Peace, but at the end of the day, we had Derek. I don't know. Did we have Derek Fisher then? I don't know if we even had Derek Fisher. And that might have been part of the problem, right? But the team struggled. Kobe ended up tearing his Achilles at the end of the season after going nuts for like the last however many games to drag us into the playoffs. Then we got swept without Kobe Bryant. Why do I mention that story? I mention that story because at the end of the day, I never heard Kobe blame his teammates right there. Dwight Howard was not playing up to standard. I'm sorry, he wasn't. And no disrespect to you, Dwight, you weren't. But you even said, I had bad back problems. I came back too early. My back was never really the same. I believe you. I watched you play, and it didn't look like you. But did Kobe make excuses? Nah, he upped his game. And when the season was over, he didn't say, Nash was always hurt. He didn't have a team of people behind him pointing the finger at Nash, then pointing the finger at Dwight Howard, pointing the finger at Pau Gasol. At that time, to me, Pau was no longer the Pau that helped us get to the championship. I wanted to trade him. Being honest with you, I did. I wanted to trade Metta World Peace because I thought the league was getting younger and more agile, and he was kind of stiff. That worked against Paul Pierce, who was more skilled and not necessarily dumb athletic. But the players coming in were getting more and more athletic. And I didn't think Metta could keep up the way he was moving at the time. I was ready to trade everybody, except Kobe. But Kobe never said anything about that. Ended up tearing his Achilles, dragging people to the playoffs. And again, they got smacked up when they made the playoffs. But when they got there, they got smacked up. But again, my point in sharing this with you guys is that all Laker fans are not created equal. We're not all the same. And not every Laker fan that roots for them wholeheartedly and wants them to be successful and wants LeBron to be successful, not every one of them is bad. And there are people that, yes, will can't wait to bring up, Kobe said it was okay. Fine. But did Kobe say it was okay to draft your son, who was not good, to be on the Lakers? Did Kobe say it was okay for you to take your podcast partner and make him the coach? Did Kobe say it was great to sit up here and have so much fun and drink so much champagne, raising fake banners in the rafters? There's a lot of things Kobe tried to do, in my opinion, to make peace. But he knew, and we all knew, that LeBron is definitely not him. Nor would LeBron be as successful as he was in Los Angeles. Now, granted, LeBron didn't have the same amount of time. Kobe was there for 20-something years. LeBron will not be here for 20 years. But LeBron's had a lot of opportunities and a lot of chances. And regardless if I like him or don't like him, he had teams to get it done. He couldn't get it done. Oh, they didn't have a center. But you got 3 players that can average over 20 points per game. You got a couple other guys that can give you 20 points in a pinch. Had a good bench. But you and the second best player don't play no defense. Your defense was already not great. You decided to trade Luka for AD and then act like you didn't know it. So when Kobe, certified LeBron back in the day, did he certify all this weird, shady behavior? I don't think he signed up for that. We didn't sign up for that. And so like Mase said, I'm just waiting. And honestly, I'm growing extremely impatient because I want LeBron off my team. If y'all want to root for him, if you want to have fun, if you want to love him and love everything about him, that's cool. But I wish he would do it somewhere else so I can have my team back and my normalcy back. He's got to go. So this is part 1. We're going to do another part of this series. Because a lot of LeBron fans, all you guys, you're not a real fan, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Call me what you want. But we know as soon as he's gone, you're gone. And I can't wait for that day. You can go too. Bye, Felicia. Right out the door. I'm tired as a Laker fan having to sit up here and pretend to like what I see going on. I don't like any of it. And I didn't like it. The first time he put that jersey on, I hated it. It lost some value to me. I already knew the antics and the things that were coming. I just didn't know exactly what antics. But has he let me down? Absolutely not when it comes to that. The antics, the drama, the blaming other people, the fake injuries, all of it. The flopping, all of it. Thank you so much, LeBron, for doing exactly what I thought you would do. Exactly what I thought you would do. And you ain't waste no time either. Especially after Kobe died. Whoo! His antics and nonsense took off to another level. Because who's going to stop him at this point? Nobody. So I'm hoping that he leaves, which I doubt that he will. And I hope the Lakers aren't dumb enough to believe that him in the offseason talking about I don't know, I have to figure it out. Yeah, he's going to stay. I already figured it out for you guys. He's going to stay. And I'm going to have to suffer. But even more so than dealing with his nonsense, I got to deal with these fake Laker fans. Yuck. You're not real, and I don't want you with us. But whatever. I can't control everything. I'm just going to pray on it. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you for listening. If you listened this long, I hope you did. I think we hit a conversation that a lot of people you know, we be feeling, especially if you're a Laker fan, you feel it. You feel it in your heart. You feel it in your soul. Something ain't right. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. And it won't be right until he's gone. So thank you, Mase, for understanding that. And he said it in so little words. Just don't want to be associated with fake people. A lot of these people are no longer Laker fans. They're LeBron fans. They care about what LeBron needs. I don't. He hasn't been here for 20 years. He's not Kobe Bryant. He's not homegrown. He doesn't deserve that level of clout. Not here. Maybe somewhere else, but not here. We already have greats. We have champions. We have people we related to, people we connected with. Is he better than Derek Fisher? Of course, but who do I like more? Give me Derek. That's a real Laker right there. Homegrown. So I appreciate your time. Please like, share, and subscribe on your way out. Thank you very much for listening to this video. Make sure you comment. I love to have conversations. What do you guys think, man? Do you think that if you're a Laker fan, do you really feel like I do, like we got to get rid of this guy? His time is done. Get him out of here. Are you a LeBron fan who thinks we're bougie and spoiled? But again, we got 5 rings the hard way in my time. So maybe I am spoiled, but guess what? I ain't changing. That's what I'm used to. That's my lifestyle. The lifestyle. That's what it is. All right? That's what it is. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that we're pushing out, because I guarantee you we're putting out great stuff. And hold on, don't leave right away, because there's some other suggested videos that I know you will love. I appreciate you very much. Thank you for taking the time. I'm very humble. Much love.
That somehow you're never